Well, let me tell you a quick story about traveling. There's an old saying, and I don't know exactly how it goes anymore, but it was like, trust a quarter of what you hear and half of what you already know, or something like that. Anyway, I'm traveling, right? Hitchhiking rides from Montana to, I end up in, where do I end up? Idaho Falls, which is beautiful place. Anyway, I must have hitchhiked a ride on the highway for 80 miles. That's not part of the story, but along the way, I have no idea where I'm going to go, right? So along the way, I talked to buddies or whatnot and people that seem to know everything, and they said Reno is a gold mine right now. Reno is a gold mine. It's the place to be, right? Reno, Nevada, okay? In the middle of the desert. They handed me a brochure, and I shit you not, a brochure. Because a lot of times when you're traveling, you meet people like you, and they've been here and there and everything, and this guy had a brochure. It gave me a brochure, and it showed Reno, Nevada, right? And I'm looking through it, doing some research on my phone, and it shows this beautiful river. I mean, just gorgeous river running through the city, and I'm thinking, wow, this is really nice. And I got this brochure in my hand and I'm reading through it. You know, they got kite surfers, right, on this river. And there's casinos everywhere, you know, from the Golden Nugget. And they said, and mind you, I've already lived in Vegas, and Vegas is all right. It's a dump. It's a transient town. It's whatever. It's not too bad for a traveler. You can find a niche. But anyway, so Reno, they said Reno is a richer Las Vegas. There's jobs everywhere at the casinos. You got this beautiful river. There's water there. I said, oh, it sounds like heaven. So I spent my last few bucks on a Greyhound ticket to Reno, right? With my brochure and my dreams, and I'm going to start this new life, right? In this river, and the first thing I want to do is get there when I get to Reno is go to this beautiful river, you know, to clear my mind and everything. Because I think it was I can't remember the bus ticket, and I don't want to make things up, but I think it was a 10-hour, 12-hour. It was a long trip, really, from Idaho Falls to Reno, Nevada. I think it was 10. It was a long ride. All I wanted to do is clean up, you know. I didn't want to. The first thing I'm doing when I get to Reno is I'm going to this river, right? My dreams are all going to come true, you know. I'm going to wash up in the river. Not a big deal for me. Remember, I'm traveling on the street. All I got is a backpack anyway. This is nothing new to me to wash up, you know, in a river or whatever, you know. It's so beautiful, and it's 80 degrees, 90 degrees. It says on the brochure, damn near year round. And okay, the bus pulls in. My Greyhound bus pulls in. The first thing that happens, the feds search everybody's bags and everybody for drugs and paraphernalia and whatever. They took 2 people off and arrested them. This is just before I even got off the bus. We were held on the bus hostage by the, I don't know if it was the feds or whatever. I never got the full story, but with the dogs and everything, I think they already had somebody in mind on the bus. I seen 2 people get arrested. They must have been carrying drugs. So this happens. I'm getting off the bus in Reno. I get out on the street here, I make a left, and the first turn I make, the first words out of anybody's mouth in this whole city, and this is the first thing I hear. I think I'm starting this whole new life. I'm going to be a high-class server or something, or get a job in cars or whatever, right? The first turn I make, and I'm walking, a bum comes up to me and says, They just put fresh donuts in the dumpster behind. So evidently, I'm looking at him like, what's he talking about? He's talking about for the transients, the whatever it was, the donut place had put donuts by the dumpster, and evidently he looked at me and he's like, this guy must be a bum, and he told me where to get free donuts. Whatever, not a big deal. I'm thinking, this is certainly the first interaction I have that somebody's showing me where to get free donuts by the dumpster. This surely doesn't sound like the brochure I got in my hand. Anyway, I asked this guy where the river is. And he says, you're not far at all. It runs right through downtown. All you got to do is go about 5 blocks that way, right? Okay. I'm all ready. I got my backpack and I walk towards the river. I get there. I don't see nobody sailing, okay? I can see the river. I don't see any sailboats, okay, like on the brochure. I'm walking up to the river and there's no water. There's no fucking water in the whole river. And I asked a local that was walking by, because it's right downtown, and I said, where's all the water? They said, there hasn't been water in that river in 3 fucking years. And they said, don't even think about going in there. It's all sludge and you'll get a disease. And I'm thinking, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? Anyway, I still went to the river, and it's a little trail of water, you know. I look to my left, and what do I see? I see a guy with his bare ass taking a shit in the river, taking a dump right under the bridge. And I thought, this is just a story to tell you that I will never listen to anybody again. Use your own wits when you're traveling. But that's the story. Here I thought, I'm going to have this beautiful fucking life, and I'm going to take this bus ticket. I'm going to get a job. The people are rich. The city's lined in gold. Oh, it's going to be a dream. And what do I get? I get to see a bum with his bare ass hanging out, taking a shit right under the bridge where the water's supposed to be flowing through on the fucking booklet I got with sailboats. That's the story.